Pope Francis, the 266th leader of the Roman Catholic Church and a transformative figure in global faith and social justice, has passed away at the age of 88. His tenure as the first pope from the Americas and the first Jesuit pope was marked by a deep commitment to the poor, environmental advocacy, and a pursuit of unity and reform within the church. Born Jorge Mario Bergoglio on December 17, 1936 in Buenos Aires, Argentina, Pope Francis spent much of his early life devoted to learning, teaching, and serving the marginalized. Ordained as a Jesuit priest in 1969, he rose through the ranks of the church, eventually becoming the Archbishop of Buenos Aires in 1998 and later a cardinal in 2001. His unexpected election to the papacy on March 13, 2013, following the resignation of Pope Benedict XVI, marked a historic moment, ushering in an era of humility and outreach. From the very beginning, Pope Francis distinguished himself through his simple lifestyle and hands-on approach. He chose the name Francis in honor of Saint Francis of Assisi, a saint known for his devotion to poverty and peace. Rejecting the opulence of the papal apartments, he resided in the modest Casa Santa Marta, and he often embraced direct contact with the public, washing the feet of prisoners and personally calling people in distress. One of his defining messages was, and I quote, "a church for the poor, advocating for economic justice, global solidarity, and stronger environmental protections." His 2015 encyclical, Praise Be to You, was a groundbreaking call for urgent climate action and care for the earth, addressing both political and religious leaders. He also led efforts to modernize the church's stance on social issues, pushing for greater inclusivity, understanding, and dialogue. However, despite his widespread appeal, Pope Francis faced criticism from both traditionalists and progressives. While he encouraged greater compassion for divorced Catholics, LGBTQ+ individuals, and migrants, some conservatives viewed his approach as too lenient. His handling of the Catholic Church's sexual abuse crisis was met with both praise and skepticism, as he acknowledged past failings but struggled to enact sweeping institutional reforms. His papacy also saw diplomatic engagement on the world stage, helping to restore US-Cuba relations, advocating for peace in Ukraine and the Middle East, and mediating various global conflicts. He remained a steadfast critique of war, nuclear weapons, and political corruption, often urging world leaders to govern with justice and mercy. As he battled declining health in his later years, Pope Francis continued to lead with resilience, offering messages of hope and faith. His final years were marked by continued efforts to unite the Church, promote synodality, and emphasize the need for mercy and reconciliation in a divided world. Pope Francis leaves behind a church that has been profoundly shaped by his vision, one that is more open, more engaged with the modern world, and more focused on serving the most vulnerable. His legacy will endure in the hearts of millions he inspired with his humility, wisdom, and unwavering compassion. He is survived by the 1.3 billion members of the Catholic Church worldwide, for whom he was not just a spiritual leader, but a symbol of faith in action.